Good day, my dear good sons. Today we're here to learn about a lesson, and a very important lesson in geography, in geomorphology specifically. So it is the overview of what? Of landforms associated with igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic rock. If only you haven't checked out the types of rock, you can go down into my link and find a playlist on geomorphology, and you can learn more. Yes. First and foremost, rocks that are associated, or landforms that are associated with igneous rocks. We're going to start with what we call the monolith. Yes. Monolith, it is one of the famous rocks, or one of the famous landforms that you might find when you are traveling. Yes, in the wild. It is just about a single very hard rock. Yes. Let me show you from this diagram. It is just hopefully you have once saw this in a movie or somewhere. But yes, this is what we call a monolith. It is just identified as what? As a single very hard rock. Yes. The second one is what we call the tors. Yes. The tors will be spoken about more in grade 11. So the tors are a rocky pile or outcrop occurs that occur when the seam and cracks are weathered. It looks like a stack of rocks stuck together. So yes. So when weathering occurs, such as water, wind, and everything, they break down rocks. They break down a particular rock, making it into small pieces or stack or rocks sticking on top of each other. For example, I'm not sure that you have ever came across this type of rock, whereby you can see here these rocks have formed landforms. So for this, you can categorize this as what? As one piece. Also, this one can categorize it as a second piece. But then they were formed from one rock. They were formed from the same rock. But due to weathering, and they were formed into what we call granite dome tors. Yes. So now we're going to landforms associated with sedimentary rock. So landforms associated with sedimentary rock are what we call mesas and buttes. They consist of granite slope with flat crest. Yes. So as you can see here, they have a gradient. This is a mistake. It was meant to be gradient. They have a gradient slope. Here is a very gradient slope. As you can see, very gradient slope. But at the top, it is flat. Yes. As you can see here, it is flat at the top of the mountain, but then it is gradient when you go up there. There's very steep. There's steep slope, but at the top is where it is flat. So I don't know if you have came across this type of rocks or features, such as we have one in South Africa, which is what? Which is the Table Mountain. Yes. So we go to the last but not least, landforms associated with metamorphic rocks. We have what we call Cape Fold Mountains. They are a mixture of sedimentary rocks and metamorphic rock in the form of erosion resistant quartzites. Yes, meaning that they're not eroded easily. As you can see here, there's a type of mountains that we might find in certain specific areas in South Africa. Yes. These are just what examples of what we call Cape Fold Mountains. You're still going to learn a lot more about that in grade 11. Yes, with that, my grade 10s, we are done with the small chapter and lesson, just to show you the types of rock that are existent in what? In igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic rocks. I thank you, my grade 10s.